that works now. No,
Yes.
right. It worked for us. Right. This is
Oh, no, it's back. It's back. It's back.
no, but the amount of things I'm fixing, I wish I could screenshot to use what I am seeing right now. Because what I have had to do to get this to run with our Discord is I had to create a new
Madness.
screen capture with that, and I have currently got Discord highlighted by my mouse
Yeah.
to get the webcam.
Right.
Because Discord
Yeah.
was doing something weird that I've not seen, and I was told at 8 o'clock that I'm the one that's streaming from her GM, so.
Yay, hey, I had real problems with this yesterday, and I was like, you know what? Smart people can figure it out, and you know what? They're struggling to figure it out as well. But anyway, fuck it, who cares?
If I knew I was streaming, though, I would have had this sorted by now. Hello, Sally!
Oh, hey, Sally.
Hi,
Right,
Sally.
Yeah.
Hey, Sally, we love you. Come back soon.
Don't leave us.
Anyway, welcome to a episode of. I guess I guess you can screen share the map then, Scott, so people can at least have a look at that.
No.
No.
No,
No.
not even that. Okay, I guess
Doesn't
not.
If I do it, we
Not
will
today.
lose
Not
us.
today.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but just for a few moments, I assume. While you just put up whatever. Who cares? Right, fine.
2 seconds.
We might lose us forever.
It'll give everybody an idea of what the hell I'm talking about with this as well, like what's going on.
And then you can bring it back.
Right, yeah, we've gone.
Look at the map.
Right.
Well, what is it? Why is Discord doing this though? This is so stupid.
Right.
Okay. So
Show us the map, set it up to display, because I can't do any of
Okay.
that.
Yeah, put the.
Yeah, I actually forgot this isn't. Oh, that's not what I need.
Put the map on.
I put the map. I actually thought we were all looking at the map. I didn't realize it was just me looking at the map. There you go. There's the map.
It's got our character things right in the way.
I have to fuck. Let's
Minimize.
see, names only.
It's the right down, so it's just the name. Actually, why am I like that as well?
Right.
Names only. There we go.
You can see a very loose map. I apologise. This is the worst stream ever, and I believe.
Just put our faces back, man. That's fine. If anything, that's.
I warned you. You insisted.
I thought you were just gonna do what? Would you add the actual video and just what you're doing? But I guess you're right. It won't work because it's been stupid. That's fine.
No, we all know that Scott has been cheating on his essays because he's got ChatGPT on.
Yep.
Scott Kid's always been writing campaigns, and the whole time's like, "Hey, chatbot, write me a campaign." Anyway,
I definitely had to play with it to see what it is, but all the schoolies have made it rubbish because I can't ever get in because everyone is getting it to write their essays. I was having fun with it. I was doing stuff like pretend you're Billy Connolly and give me a joke, and then it decided to be transphobic.
Oh. Right.
Because AI is just like that.
If it goes and samples a bunch of old comedians, it's going to say some transphobic shit.
It's not that. It's that whoever's fed stuff to it is apparently a problem. The same thing happened with Seinfeld. Because they were using ChatGPT to get a bot to basically do a Seinfeld show. And it started going weird because people has been feeding ChatGPT horrible things.
Of course, because that's what the internet does. They will all come together to make things worse.
Right, there we go. So just don't ask it to have a personality.
Any hoozles. Hi, welcome to tonight's episode of Tales from the Loop, which is going to be basically an introduction to the characters that we have created. Which I don't know, it might go RP or not. It depends how bored everyone gets straight away. But whatever, it's fine. Hopefully it'll all work. So I'll introduce everyone on stream as always. Lee, DM of 2 games and a participant in another game. Beside me we have young Logan. There he is. Hey Logan. Oh, go for yourself. Yeah.
Other way.
And my screen is the other way. There we go.
There we go. That way. Yeah.
Hey Logan, say something about yourself and your character.
I'm just class.
Okay.
In real life and out life. Out life? Aye, that's
and out of life. I can't tell I will be classed.
My character is a troublemaker.
just before we go any further, Logan, I want you to know that Sally said you have freakishly long fingers like that of an alien. You clearly are.
No,
would
it's
make a very good test.
I don't think she did that. That's the blushy face.
Nah, she said she had very long fingers. Wink. Anyway, continue,
No
Seiko.
problem.
Anyway.
I think it's more like salad
Sally's ruined
fingers.
He'd be a world-class pianist. Pianist, I said.
Multiple
I know.
pianists.
Right, Logan, so what
Time
else
to
is
talk
possible?
about your young teenage character.
He has normal fingers.
He
So
has
he's a
normal-sized
troublemaker.
hands.
Sorry, Logan, go ahead.
And he's called Kevin Lundgren. No relation. That's it.
Okay, cool. And you said he's a troublemaker, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and just out of interest, what is his key item?
Just a classic blades.
This made me laugh so much. It's like, all the things you can pick. Oh, I picked a switchblade. It's like, okay, I
Aye.
guess. So he's just going to sit there sometimes reminiscing with his switchblade.
Or is he just gonna do all the like little trick thingies that it does?
Well, I guess that'd be a
Accidentally comes
butterfly
out.
knife, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a butterfly knife, yes.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
I'm cool with
Yeah, I'm
that. Yeah,
thinking, I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Sorry.
if you want it to be a butterfly knife, I will allow the change because that, I think it suits the cat. Like, it's more like for the trick part of it as opposed to the stabbing, I'd like to think. But, you know, who knows? Maybe you'll get you out of trouble.
No, I'll keep it as a pocket knife, like the classic 80s. You know.
Alright,
That's
so
right.
like it.
Twisting it to get like stuff out your teeth and.
So is it like a Swiss Army knife kind of situation where it's got a knife on it, but it's also like a screwdriver and a corkscrew, or is it literally just for poking people?
Lots of for poking people.
Okay, so it's literally like in the blade, knife shoots at the top. Okay, cool.
Aye.
Alright, Minnie. Minnie, what have you decided to play as?
My character is called Sasha and has a very Swedish surname which I can't pronounce. And she is a popular kid.
Ooh. And what is the key item that Sasha has?
Packet of bubblegum.
Oh yes. And why would you pick a packet of bubblegum? What is it like? Is it to make it look more American? Does she think that's cool, or is it just what kids in the 80s do? Or
It's partly she thinks it's a cool thing, and it's also partly like a nervous, like just chew the gum when you're nervous kind of thing.
she found that like if she just starts chewing the gum kind of aggressively, people seem to think that she's like being quite aloof. When really she's like fuck. Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah. It's a slight neuroses, but that's cool. Rochelle.
I
Tell us about your
play
character.
Tally, who is a hick, and she is she's 10 years old. I play the youngest, I think, and it's gonna be interesting. But I want it to be a kid, so you know. She has a German Shepherd as her what is it?
Key item.
Key item.
Your
Key
dog's your
item,
key item. Yeah.
Her name is Betty, and they're best friends.
Mhm.
And that's all you really need to know at the moment.
Absolutely fine. I do enjoy the fact that hick was a class. That doesn't seem like a very Swedish word. Like, you know, like other things seems to have translated, but yeah, apparently hicks in Sweden just seems weird.
So what's a hick?
A hick's kind of like just like a person that's based off like
Just somebody that's outside cities and that, like, so you're kind of like country bumpkin person.
Yeah.
I guess what we call like farm work, but like as good as farm work. Like more like they own a
Yeah.
farm, but it's like a kind of shit farm. Like hick's not a compliment
Yeah,
if someone calls
it's
you a
kind
hick.
of an offensive word, really.
Sort of like
Which is
people
quite
use it
ironic.
interchangeably with redneck.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
like I guess
yeah.
like redneck would be. I don't know. I'm not sure how.
A
they
redneck
deal
can
like
be
red-
multiple things. I think we hick it specifically like countryside people.
Yeah. But anyway, it'd be interesting. We're not gonna go into the politics.
It
of
doesn't
hopefully.
matter.
That'd be fine. It's a fun word. They also, the Free League at one point did have a slave class, in Mutant, and then they realised, we should maybe remove that, and changed it to whatever it is. They changed
Unpaid
it.
workers.
That's what I changed it to. No, they
I think it
called
was changed to Grunt.
Yeah, because apparently people in the English-speaking world have a bit of an issue with the word slave. There you go. Grunt's much better. And Scott, who are you and what are you playing?
I am Henrik Bjorn, and I am playing a jock. He is he's 15-year-old. He's very tall, blonde hair. Definitely the guy that you go to get your beers for the shop.
Yeah.
He's if he was in a TV show, he would be the kind of one that you would look at and go, "That's not a 15-year-old," even though he is 15-year-old.
Yeah. 6'3", 220 pounds, has a mustache. We're like, I mean, is he the same species as us? Like, what's going on here? Like, he hit puberty at 13 for some reason. It just grew, and then he just stay like that until he's 40. But yeah,
he is he is on the wrestling team, is what he is as a jock, and his favorite item is his BMX bike.
Ooh. We say he's on the wrestling team. He is the wrestling team, just to clarify. Like, you know, it's like, oh, we have this one. We have like some normal size 14-year-olds, and then this big giant dude. Like,
he doesn't know why no one is able to keep up with him.
It's very
You weak,
confused.
puny children.
It's like, I'm confused. It's like, there's nobody else in his weight class. Like, this is strange. They keep testing for steroids and finding none, which is very suspicious.
But he also seems to have testosterone higher than someone on steroids, because I maxed out his strength.
Yeah. So now Tales from the Loop is played a little bit differently. We talked about this before. We touched on it a lot when we played Mutant. It is more of a narrative-based game. There are rules in this game for people that like rules, but it's not really something I will make you do. If you say something suitably cool, I'll make you roll for it. Or if you decide to, like, for example, shoot some dude in the head and take over his gang, I guess I won't make you roll for it, Mary.
What?
That was so good.
Auto success. There is no such thing as character death in Tales from the Loop. I think that's where the Free League guys drew the line at killing children. Like, nah. So there's peril involved, and they can sustain injuries, but these children are effectively immortal. So I guess that'd be like your trigger warning. I would kill children, and Rachel has made me promise not to kill her dog.
Because that will scar me for life.
So these children are effective, but they do suffer repercussions for their actions. Aside from that, it's set in the I assume fictional part of Sweden, called, oh god, some Swedish words right now. It looks like Munsö, and the larger island seems to be, oh god damn it,
Svartjöland.
Yeah, that word, Mary said
Is that say Southgate?
I'd imagine that is literally the south gate to the complex,
Okay.
as opposed to.
I'm guessing the country is called Sweden in Swedish.
Yeah. I mean, there's places called like
Yeah,
the
'cause I
Boat.
can say Northgate and Westgate and Eastgate.
See,
and that.
Pre-warning, I
That
found
sounds-
out there's a TV show of this 5 minutes ago. I know nothing of it. I am probably
Same.
going to have, a replicant moment in this.
Again,
Oh god.
and it comes to having not watched it, it is very much, it's just a different rolling system. It's the muted one, the alien one, all very, very similar. And it's just kind of little stories. This one we're going to be doing is going to be called The Recycled Boy. I hope that gives you lots of information about what's going to be happening. Now, what I will tell you is
There's
I
some
did read
Wizard of
through
Oz shit?
several. Yeah, it is some Wizard of Oz shit, mate. I read through several of the kind of modules. They are fucking weird, right? I'll say one thing for this: they do not do like, oh, let's just do this kind of generic narrative. No, 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 no. There's some crazy fucking bullshit in this. So I'm very excited to see how you deal with crazy bullshit. But it'll be very exciting. What the first thing we'll do though is talk a bit more about the characters, because I know everybody loves describing what their fictional characters done on a day-to-day basis. So, Who shall I put under the gun first? Oh, who's done some prep work and have thought about their character for longer than 30 seconds?
I'm guessing that's Rachel.
Good for your character.
I was doing that while you guys were talking about politics.
Yes, yes.
What does a typical day look like for young Tally? What time does Tally get up?
She gets up pretty early, so probably like, I don't know, what's early for her kids? 6 o'clock or something? Because she's got a dog and she likes to take her dog for a walk.
Mhm.
Even though the dog just wanders around anyway and it's never on a lead. And they live on a farm, but she still likes to take her dog for a nice walk in the
Mhm.
woods. She has her breakfast, which is a noodle dog. Which is her own invention that she
Ooh.
made. And some people, she won't tell anyone the recipe, but sometimes, like the people that are close to her, she'll make them for. But nobody knows what's in a noodle dog specifically.
Like, is it a noodle or is it a hot dog? We don't know. It's both. Interesting.
It is
you've
not a
claimed
dog.
ownership
I
of the-
repeat, there's no dog in that noodle
This
dog.
noodle dog does not contain real dog.
Guaranteed, no dog.
It's a tofu
Yeah,
noodle
guaranteed.
dog.
Is it guaranteed no dog? Question mark. Seems like a weird
It's
thing.
got
to put in the
inverted
roster.
commas in it.
Guaranteed no dog. Oh no! We're going away from that.
Okay.
Yeah, but she will eat her noodle dog on the way to school. She has a rucksack, which is cool. So she only wears it on one shoulder. Well,
before
that
you
was
get
cool when I
to-
was a kid, anyway.
Yeah, I mean that's a very funny line in 21 Jump Street is when the guy says, "I would no strap it if I could." I thought that was very funny because, like, yeah, that's something a teenager would do. But before you go to school, you said you live on a farm. Is it like a modern farm? Do you have robots, or is that something your family couldn't afford?
No, we can't afford robots.
Not even the cheap shitty ones.
She has 4 siblings, currently nameless. And parents work constantly, so she's pretty much just by herself most of the time, unless she's with her siblings or, with her dog.
So as
She's
early as
never
you're up,
apart
parents
from
are up
actually.
earlier. So as early as you're up, the parents are up earlier, the siblings are at the same time, you all kind of have business to attend to. So you have like some
Yeah.
chores
The
you've got to
siblings
attend to.
probably sleep in a little bit longer because they're probably lazier than she is.
Oh,
But yeah, the parents just doesn't really see them.
okay.
But they'll probably be getting up at a similar time.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
And she drinks too much coffee for a 10-year-old child as well.
Which would be any coffee whatsoever, so yes.
Exactly, yes.
Hmm.
So she has her noodle dog and her coffee.
Oh. Okay, that's absolutely fine. And one last thing I'd say is when you create your character, you're asked to have an anchor. Who did you pick as your anchor?
Well, I originally picked Logan's character as my anchor
That's fine.
because he was going
Oh,
to be
yeah.
like not like an older sibling, but like a kind of he was stuck with me sort of thing. But he cared about me, but he didn't want to admit it. So like what we talked about with Scott's character, that's basically what mine and Logan's character actually have.
Okay. Right, so in that actually interest, that brings us to Logan's character. Logan, where do you see your character living? Is it nearby to the farm? How did you end up with this kind of protective relationship with this 10-year-old?
That's a good
That's
question.
creepy.
Protective, I said. Right? You could have
I
seen.
know it just sounded creepy in my mind. It's just me. I'm
I
sorry,
said
guys.
Kevin stays in a caravan.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
That's on the farm. Sorry.
Didn't think about that, but it's sitting next to the farm. Like there's a mad like wee valley gypsy bit.
I'm into it.
But he's not an actual traveller, he's just poor.
I mean, it can be absolutely fine. I mean, your family could have maybe done some work for her family in the past. It could have just been some like land they sold off cheap at some point, and your family moved in. Yeah.
Have you mentioned like the problems and the pride and the drive stuff?
Well, it's
or
just
not?
more about what a day looks like for your character to get you into the character's
Okay.
mind, Logan. So what time? So do you wake up at 6 in the morning, or do you? Are you?
I just wake up when I wake up, basically.
Okay.
Like, there's no real time.
Is this very much like a you slept in your clothes kind of situation, or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, you wake up face down on your bed. You know, you got one shoe on, one shoe you're not sure what it is. You're wearing jeans, and I assume like a black T-shirt with like a band name on it.
Aye. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know, what are your parents doing? Parents, how would you want this to be?
Well, I had it as like it's two employed parents, but it's not. So like, he's not got a dad, but he's got a stepdad who's like an alcoholic, and then it's just the man. It's just
Shit.
a waster.
Jesus.
Oh, I'm going mental.
This is
this
the
one.
80s movie as it gets.
I
Aye.
mean, this is the other I thought it's
Pretty
really funny.
much.
So yeah, so stepdad is sleeping in a chair, like a few beer bottles like scattered round
Yeah.
about him. Mum's nowhere to be seen. You do. Would you like it? Well, you said she's unemployed. I was going to give her a job there, but I guess she's not getting that. But yeah, she's not home,
No,
which is weird because like
well, what
it's
do you think
early.
for a job?
Well, I was going to say like a night shift waitress. It's like
Diner?
some kind of bar at the diner. Yeah, that seems like about as 80s
Yeah, I'll do
job
that
as you
then.
could possibly get. Yeah.
Pretty
Okay,
much.
so she's not home yet, he doesn't work. And yeah, so in the morning, as you look out the window, you see your ward, your protected, the person you kind of care about the most, walking to school with their dog.
Was this anchor thing?
This is your anchor thing. This is Rachel's character.
Oh, my
Sorry, you
anchor's
talking
one
to me.
different.
I kind of blanked out.
I was just saying that he sees you walking down. It was just to give him an opportunity to see how he would get himself ready. Do you quickly brush your teeth, or do you just walk out kind of smelling like someone that slept in their clothes?
I just walk out like fuck it.
Make sure you got your trusty pocket knife, yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I care about.
Just Rachel's character and your knife. That's all you need. Yeah.
Yes, that is mid.
Fantastic. Okay. So yeah, you start walking towards school. Now, on the way to school, they walk by a friend of theirs. They've not spent so much time together the last few years because you take different paths. Scott, how does your morning look forward? Do you kiss your wife goodbye and say see you later to the kids?
Well, he obviously woke up and did his morning exercises. He went down. He lives with his grandma and grandpa. His grandpa's a fisherman, and they are literally making fish for breakfast. He has 2 liters of milk because he needs it. He's a growing boy.
From my farm.
There you go. Yeah.
So yeah, he basically downs that, eats his food, chats with them in the morning, and that's very good boy attitude. He makes sure he gets his hair brushed and washed, and he puts his jacket on, and then he gets out on his bike, and he just starts cycling towards school.
Okay. Yeah. As you are walking by, you do indeed see your friend. Sorry, Scott. What was his name again?
Henrik Bjorn.
Henrik Bjorn. He comes out. What looks like a giant man in a teenager's BMX.
I will point out, in Sweden, it is very common. Like, there are lots of bikes. He will have an adult's bike.
I like the idea that he's on like a 15-year-old's bike, but it's just like he looks tiny on him. It's like the clowns have got this tiny little bike.
But the normal bike looks small on him. He also has so you get the wee 2 bars on the back of the wheel for your friend to get like
Stunt pegs. I think that's what they're called.
I think you're right, yeah. But yeah, your friends would also stand on them and like hold on to your jacket, and then you would cycle off.
You mean a back?
Basically. So yeah, you see him he very quickly skids. I'm assuming greets you in some way and kind of.
You said he's not seen them in a long time.
It's not so much that you haven't seen each other in a long time. It's that you don't really interact as much as you once did. But you are still polite in that. You still say hello, but you aren't as close as you once were.
Yeah, I basically wave and get off my bike and just start walking with them. is a
Hmm.
thought, because I can't give a baccy to both of them. Well, maybe it could.
10-year-old and
Like,
the
one
lap.
could be on the shoulders and the other one could be on the back.
You put the 10-year-old in
Someone's
the
on
basket.
the handlebars.
Ah, that's a good point. He does that. We will be late for school if we don't. I'm not going to try a Swedish accent. I can't do it.
I like the
We-
idea, like, because it's the 80s, there's no safety rules at all. So somebody in the handlebars, somebody in the back, no helmets.
We are
With the
all
dog
running
running
late.
alongside them.
We are all running late. I better cycle fast. And he just starts pedaling rapidly.
Absolutely fine. So all three of you are on this, are just being propelled by these gigantic
Woohoo!
eyes of this this giant wrestler. So
I was
yeah,
going to say,
so-
unfortunately for you, Logan, your character is basically pastry's arse, and he has had a lot of protein this morning.
So yeah, as you start
Oh,
making your way to
no.
school, you make your way through the town, and Mary, they go by your house. What is your character up to? What's her morning look like?
Well, up until 3 years ago, it would have been like just her getting up and sitting having breakfast with the parents and very sort of like watching a show basically. But then 3 years ago, her mum got unexpectedly pregnant with her little sister,
Oh god.
who she likes to refer to as Rat,
Ooh.
and everything changed.
She lovingly refers to it as rat.
Yeah,
It was good when all the attention was on me.
yeah. When she was a single child.
At the worst age as well, would you just when you're on the cusp of being a teenager and all of a sudden there's a
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. A noisy, smelly baby. Yeah, it's fine. And what is your character's name?
Sasha.
Sasha.
I'm not doing a surname because I looked at the pronunciation. I was like, I'm not sure I can do that.
For yous at home, she's called Sasha, Swedish name. That's a correct pronunciation, I'll have you know. Yeah, it's one of those, it's got, is it the unglets above it? So, like, yeah, though that
It's
changes
something like,
everything.
hang on. It's something
Oh,
like,
she's good at
Olabag Drum or something like that.
Again,
Olabäckström.
I don't think we have that big a following in Sweden, and I'm sure they'll email us at sanitycheckgaming@gmail.com.
Well, if they want to give me free Swedish lessons, then I'll take them.
There you go. So yeah, you sit and you have, and as always, your parents are kind of like fussing over your younger sister. She's not a baby anymore, but like, you know, she takes up a lot of attention, and
Yeah. And mornings are a lot more chaotic than they used to be.
yeah. It used to be because you know you were always quite well maintained and that, and you kind of like children are never the same. You get one child that's like gets up at the correct time and has breakfast like the rest, and then you get the next one is like who wants to wear the breakfast and hides their shoes, and like no matter like they could be dressed, they walk into another room and all of a sudden they're undressed. You're like, wait a minute, no, you have to leave in 3 seconds. Like that's well, sorry, I managed to ruin all of my clothes. Oh, cool. So, anyways, that's basically most mornings for you. On this particular day, you kind of like looking at you, glance at the window, and you see an interesting sight. You see your friends from a few years ago. You see Kevin. You see the little girl that lives in the farm next to Kevin, and then you see Joanne the Rock Johnson. No, that's not him. Henrik, kind of tearing by on a BMX, but like he's got them both somehow. I mean, you still speak to Henrik. He's a popular boy. The big giant boy at the school, surprisingly, is fairly popular. That's the circles you move in. But yeah, you're like, what? Do you tell me your thought process when you see this?
Any other person would be doing a double take, but this is not an unusual sight anymore. So basically, I just go bye, and just like slam the door behind me, and go and get my bike with like the tassels on the
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
handlebars, and try and catch up with them.
It's like, luckily he is weighed down by 2 other human
Yeah.
beings,
Yeah.
so this makes it. It doesn't slow him down
It's
much.
still hard
will
to
No.
catch up.
Like,
What are you
I'm still doing the
doing?
stand-up paddling thing.
Yeah, you're still like, fucking hell. Actually, buddy, what is your strength? What is the strength of your character?
Oh, hang on, let me check. Strength. Oh God, where am I? Is it literally called strength, or is it something
I
else?
think it's
Body,
got
isn't it?
body. Sorry, yeah.
Body.
Oh, body, I've got the maximum.
5.
Oh,
Yeah.
But surprisingly, you're actually pretty solid. Yeah, it's like, you're a popular girl, but you're into like the correct sports.
Look,
And
I've been working on things, okay?
yeah,
He plays football.
yeah, she's in the football team and he's in the wrestling team. Well, it could be any number of things.
she is the only one that can keep up with him in the weight room. That is why they're friends.
I'm thinking that it's more that she's significantly lighter, so in reality it's taking less effort to move the
Oh,
body.
you're going more gymnast build.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking because it's 80s, I was thinking it was more like the kind of the front of the 80s dancing, that kind of stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. You athletic in different ways, but got you to
Yeah.
a
I'm
similar.
going American.
I will say that Henrik is definitely the kind of one that would do that aerobic exercise video that was popular a few years ago.
Well, yeah, like the Jane Fonda's kind of workout with like the big leggings and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's what you and Henrik do together. And he, of course, has the pink leggings and all this stuff as well.
Yeah, and the leotard.
That's a
knickers.
secret. That's a
Dead
secret.
It's not a
serious
secret.
when he
is
does it.
6'3". He wears it to school sometimes, and shockingly, no one says anything to the gigantic Viking
Yeah.
that walks by
Yeah.
with his forked beard. Well, this is just my battle axe. I bring this everywhere.
Do you like my pink tights?
Everyone's just like.
I certainly do. This makes me happy.
Got some for you.
With them on.
We can be twinsies.
Don't upset
I
the
will
Viking.
point out that Henrik is generally quite a nice guy. He's not like the bully jock, but it's one of those, he's so massive that he just thinks everybody really likes him, but some of them are just like, no. It's-
A bit intimidated.
When you're sitting reading your book and all of a sudden the sun gets blocked out, you're like, what the fuck? Oh my god, it's a human being! What the fuck? But anyway,
It's a
yeah.
Yeti.
It's a Yeti.
Sorry.
I will point out that Miri's character probably would know if, because she's closer age with him. He is very, very embarrassed with how stupid he is, though.
But weirdly, when he writes the answers to things, people say, yeah, that's the right answer. No matter what he writes. I just drew a circle and he told me it was the right answer. It's great. So anyway. So yeah, you catch up and you draw alongside them. Logan, how do you feel about riding bitch here? Right next to his
I'm really-
gigantic protein
Deep
filled
down,
ass.
I'm raging about it, but I don't say it.
Does it not feel nice to be kind of included?
Indeed.
Rachel,
But
great
not-
time. You're in the handlebars of the giant spike. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Tally's just like, wee!
With your dog on your arms.
The dog's
Just
running
alongside us.
It's a
The dog
German
keeps
hanging
up
out
with
like,
It's a German Shepherd. It can keep
Yeah,
up with
actually,
the season.
yeah, if it's a German
Yeah,
Shepherd,
she's
it's
good,
keep up.
don't worry.
Yeah. It's having a great time. It's like, oh, we're going fast. Yay!
Wait, let me on.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
how
we're
you
going
get to try and
back
jump up on the bike and be like, no, fuck her. So yeah, you make it to school in short order, and you see various people that you know. At this point, you can choose to kind of like go off your different directions. I think Miri, Logan, and Scott are all 15. Is that right?
I'm 15 now.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
So you well, 3 of you may be in the same classes. Rachel, however, you're 10. You're in whatever the not high school is in Sweden. So what we would call primary school in Scotland.
Yeah.
So, but I would say it's all in the same facility. The town that you live in, is an uptick because it's built very close to the Loop, which is a massive scientific centre. So that does pump money into the local area. So, it's well funded, and more people moved in. It was just deemed the kind of quickest way, most efficient way was to have the school, was just to have like them all kind of together. So you head off in your general direction, and the other three is you just head off to what you would do. What's a typical school day look like to you, Logan? What do you go to classes? Do you just go there, kind of sit in the back and scowl at people?
I just sit in the back, carving with my blade into the desk. Just obscene, fucked up shit.
Yeah. I like to think it's like all the desks are pristine, and then there's just one desk that's absolutely destroyed, and it's just like
It's
what-
just a
what-
perfectly carved penis.
Oh, yeah. There's all kinds of like symbols from bands that you like. There's like different fonts of your name, and they did try to get you to stop, and then after a while they just stopped because like no matter what the punishment they gave you, they tried calling your parents in, they didn't turn up. They tried excluding you. You just didn't go to school for a couple of weeks. So now what they do is they just kind of like every class you go to, they just kind of bring the desk to each class. So you only destroy one desk. Yeah. Did you pay much attention in class, Logan? What's your intelligence or whatever they call it in this game?
Is it mine?
Mind. I'd assume it would be mind.
Uh,
Yeah. If you've got body, you tend to have mind.
4.
You're pretty
Four.
smart, to be honest, mate. 4's pretty high.
Doesn't mean he pays
So-
attention in class though.
Well, that's the next thing I was going to ask. Are you one of these kind of kids that like you don't pay attention at the the end of the class they ask some questions and you know the answer, or are you
I would
like you
turn it
deliberately get it
there.
wrong?
I was more having it like he doesn't really bother me about like all the school stuff, but he's more smart like the things that are more important outside the school, like kind of stuff.
Okay. So what kind of things would you find important at school then? And what is it when you say that? What is he more interested in?
Fucking put me on the spot, why don't you? I
I'm
don't know.
putting you on the spot, mate. Well, I mean, think about it. Like, so what is the kind of things you would do outside of school? Does he like building things? There might be a class in school, and maybe they teach him like how
Robotics.
to. Yeah.
My tech is too, so
So it's just techie then, or what?
no, like I would say more. I don't know. I didn't think about this part. I don't know. Gotta get this far.
Well, I'll tell you what, right? Your highest. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, that's also interesting. You picked your highest skills are sneak, force, and what was the other one you picked? Lead, surprisingly.
Lead.
So, well, force would be things like B. It'd be like physical
Force.
activity. Yeah.
Street smarts, like he knows how to like Jimmy a lock and all that, like lockpick and all that sort of stuff.
I don't
So,
think there's
like,
specific
street smart.
classes in school that teach that kind of thing. So what we're going to go
Yeah,
with
but
is
that's what I mean. Like he doesn't really care about anything education wise, but like outside.
He's a
He doesn't think he
genius when
needs,
it comes to
like,
getting up to
maths and that.
mischief. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So like at school,
Aye.
you turn up because you want to use the library because of the where it is. It's actually got like a lot of science books, and you're like, oh, cool. How'd you get by those fancy locks on those buildings so you can get in and see what's inside?
How
How
do
do
I
you
make
pry
a
open
paint
these-
box?
Yeah.
It's our bomb.
How do you get through those robots' casings so you can make the robots do funny stuff? That kind of stuff, then, yeah.
Aye.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so yeah, you basically you tolerate the classes and you get just good enough grades that they don't like get you in trouble. So like just a straight like D plus C minus kind of guy, just enough to get them off your back. You throw in like the odd B in that to make it. Oh, if you're getting too much, okay, there's a couple of Bs for you. But you're just there. You're running out the clock. You know you get to leave at the end of the summer, so you can move on to what you want. That's fine. Mary, how does a popular girl get through school then? What do you do?
Mostly hooks up with all her pals
Uh-huh.
and just has a sort of roving gang of the popular group most of the day.
Do you have a fun 80s name that you're called as your clique?
No.
The Groovy Gang.
The Groovy
The
Gang?
Groovy Gang!
That's Logan's one.
No, that's
And
not
that's
his
what
gang,
we
yeah.
say, isn't it?
Do the rest
Yeah.
of the school have a like the Bubblegum Girls or something?
Possibly.
You
But we
say
do not.
quietly. We do not.
We're too
yeah,
cool to have a name.
yeah, we would name
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, why? Why would we
Other
need to?
people
And it's
can, I
us.
guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to assume that the other kids have variants of like the Bubblegum Girls. There's probably some B words, some extra B words in there sometimes as well. From the kids that use occasionally have to explain to them why their outfit's terrible. You know, here's an essay, here's a 5,000 word essay on why I hate your shoes, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was that until recently, like sort of laughing at the other kids and that. But she's starting to feel like maybe there's more to life than being a popular kid.
She's having that awakening when she realizes that high
Yeah.
school's a very short part of your life.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
She's just on the cusp of that. Like, hang on, hold on a minute.
Just when you're lying in bed sometimes at night and goes like, wait a minute, this is meaningless. This doesn't matter. No. It's very important that I wear
I'm
the
trying to
pink
shove
bag.
those feelings down.
Yes. The pink bag and the pink shoes is what matters, not those feelings of emptiness that I sometimes have. No. That's fine, yeah. So yeah, you've got your clique around about you. There's probably about maybe 10, 15 of yous. And you just go around your business then on the day to day. Some you like, some you don't like, but they fit the criteria to be with you. That's fine. Is there anything else you'd want to achieve in your day? Or is there any subjects you feel you would excel at?
I think she's weirdly good at. I want to say English, but that would be here. Would be that so Swedish?
Literature.
Yeah, Swedish class.
I think it's
I'm really
called
good at-
literature in other countries.
Okay, literature. She's weirdly good at the literature class for some reason.
She's real good at Swedish language class. Yeah, her own literature. Let's go with that. That makes sense.
Yeah, literature.
She's real good at those things.
Yeah.
And perhaps she thinks maybe she's going to do something with that in future. Interesting. Okay, and also a super athlete. Just so everyone knows. Yeah.
Unless I've done the character sheet wrong, in which case.
In which case, I am not that. I am something different. Having a look at Sasha's character sheet.
I've put some numbers in the wrong place. Tell
I
me.
think all of our characters are quite strong, actually.
Quite
Quite ironically.
Well, I mean, Minnie's makes sense. Contact, charm, and lead, which makes sense for a super popular girl. Yeah, she's got lots of contacts because she's charming and can sweet talk teachers and all that kind of stuff. I think it very much, if you've seen the movie Clueless, I forget her name, Alicia Silverstone's character. Just charming and clever and good at talking. All makes sense. That'll take us to Scott. Scott, what is your character currently bench pressing? Teacher.
Go.
He's currently bench pressing Tally.
He's bench press
Be ready,
maximum.
Yeah.
He is actually in his class. He does take the classes seriously. He's just very thick, but he seems to always get A's, almost like they know he's going to the Olympics and they're giving him a
yes.
scholarship. So it's like he's getting A's and he thinks it's actually to his detriment because he thinks he's doing well in school, but he's getting everything wrong and everyone knows it. It's
Does
just
he basically get assigned the smart kid to tutor him, and who ends up writing his things for him?
yeah, it's basically that, and he thinks he's quite smart because he keeps getting A's, but he's not.
Much a situation where he tries his absolute hardest and then gives it to his tutor, who I'll just fix the grammar for you, and then just kind of just throws that away. And just
Throws
hands
it
it
away.
Yeah.
Writes the whole thing out for him,
Yeah.
and he gets paid quite well for this.
Tally actually does this.
What he does for the smarter kid is he tries to teach him how to get stronger, but because he's the nerdy kid, he's like doing the bar,
Yeah.
and Henry's like, it's
So I'd imagine Henrik is very like motivational. Like, yeah, you can do it. Yeah,
Oh,
come
aye.
on. Yeah.
He's in the tights and
Wow."
that,
Yeah.
flexing and going, "You've got
He's-
this."
The
One
sweatband
more
on and
rep.
everything.
Yeah. Like just, it's all you, it's all you, it's all you. Just with two
Aye,
fingers.
and
Like,
he's
fantastic.
actually curling it for him. It's
Yeah.
all you.
Oh yeah, I like it. Yeah, so yeah, you've got a little mate. If we continue this, I will flesh out Little Friend, who is actually, you know what? There is a character who it could be because they've got some pre-made characters here.
George.
It is going to be, I think, his friend. Oh, he's a jock. He's not in a good taste. What about Tim? What's Tim? Tim's a weirdo. Okay, let's try again. God damn it! They never have what you need in these things.
There will be a bookworm somewhere in it.
No, that's popular. Here we go. Right. Brilliant. The geek that they assigned you is indeed a 10-year-old. Wait, how intelligent is your character?
2.
Nope, you're not getting to
No,
be
that's
it.
not. No.
No, it is a younger kid that has been assigned to you. And although we did say a he, the pre-made character is a lady. So, so yeah,
That's
they
fine.
assigned you
He's
this-
still the exact same she's trying to bench.
What I'm doing is
2's
I'm
good
gonna,
for my character.
yeah, well, 5's the max though. For
Oh, is it
mine?
max in total?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was.
5's
Never mind.
maximum. I put
I
like
thought it
all
was
my
3 that
stats
was
in.
max for some reason.
It might be with the younger characters, but no, 5's the max that.
No, I
Aizen
think
has got.
Oh well, she's thick as fuck. Oh, this is great.
She's not 2 would be
I
like
think
an
2's
average
average.
intelligence.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's
Like,
just okay. Yeah.
And it's
Does
not
you
so
remem-
much like they're not stupid. It just means that, like, you know, you're presented with like a complex math problem to a normal person. I'm like, well, I don't have a fucking clue. But like, you know, to someone who's very, very clever, then like they'd be able to get it. So like, one doesn't mean like you put your shoes on the wrong feet and like walking into doors, right? It just means that, like, you know, you just don't know a lot of
So
stuff.
me, no.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to age up the character. I'm going to make them 13 because that seems a bit better. And yeah, it'll still be Isabel's her name, and yeah, she's quite happy to like pal about you. Also, you're kind of dreamy because you're a big giant 15-year-old, so you know.
He is oblivious to this.
She's quite happy to do all the work for you, but you know,
It's
that's
one of those he
nice.
thinks that she's doing it to help him and it's the friend, but
Yeah, but yeah, that's fine. So that's actually, I think I can show you that. I can show everyone apart from Scott a picture because if he takes his finger off the button,
We
Aw.
could screen share, couldn't we?
no, well, I think we tried that and like the computer must
Oh, okay,
explode.
okay.
So. Maria actually does have a full backstory, so I'll flesh out Maria if we keep doing this because I quite like the idea of that. So anyway, she helps you with the stuff. You not so much in class, but you'll do it all in class, and they'll say, "Let's just let Maria have a little look at it," and she rewrites it, and that's all fine. But yeah, you go through all your classes. You do seem to have like physical classes a lot more than the other kids. But you know,
it's like why is it I just have like the afternoon off to do exercises
the like just
with
just
these people putting wires to me and putting needles in my arm?
It's kind of weird. You're like, does everyone else have a team of people in white coats that like feed them like weird liquids and like inject them things? Yes, yes.
Just
they do.
like it's exactly like Rocky 4. It's just-
It's like, just punch this giant pad in the wall. We just want to see what happens. Fucking Rocky 4 references. Holy shit. Okay, cool. So that's basically your day. But yeah, you do attend classes, you give it your all. But like the physical thing seems to be where you absolutely excel. You have a group of jock friends. You've never really ever proved to the ones that are mean to people. So they tend not to be in your orbit very often. And some of them do occasionally try and give you a hassle, but it goes about as well as you'd expect when like a relatively athletic 15-year-old faces off against John Cena. Viking John Cena. But yeah, that's your day. Rachel, how does your day go? How does your dog take it when it has to get left at the school gate?
Do you know when dogs tilt their head?
Mm-hmm.
And they give you the cute little puppy eyes and just sort of like, Okay, I guess you'll have to go, and so it just trots off back home. Like everyone sees this dog, so they know exactly. Like it's not a stray dog. It's like, oh yeah, there's Tally's dog.
Yeah, it's got a chain in that again. And
Yeah.
although it's a big town, enough people know enough people. It was small and it's expanded, but people like they see it every day. It's got a collar. Like the local authorities have like seen it happen enough times. Like yeah, we know who this belongs to. It'll come back through town by itself at the correct time because somehow it knows what time, and then it will sit and wait and are coming out.
It's just a thing. Animals just know.
Yeah, I like to think that it's got like have you ever seen a Littlest Hobo? It just goes off on adventures through the day and it just comes back, and you think it's going home, but actually it's off saving orphans.
It's a whole other
Well, you never
campaign.
know.
It's happening.
Well, that's secretly going to be Mutant Season 2. Is this dog goes through like a temporal vortex and becomes like a dog
Animal
person?
Adventures. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season 2, Tally's dog is just like, I don't know, fighting aliens or something. Who knows? It's Tales of the Loop. Anyway, yeah, so how does school go for Tally? What's Tally good at?
So Tally is she ain't that smart, so she has to
As
sit
we just
like
discovered, yes.
yeah, as we just discovered. Okay, so I'm not that smart in general. So she'll sit sort of close to the front because she's also got shit eyesight, so she has to wear glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gets picked on a little bit, so she tries to like punch up, sit close to the desk. She's kind of like tries to stay out the way. She's not really sociable, and like all of our siblings are a bit older than her, so she's quite lonely in school. But every time like she has our sport lesson, don't know what they call it there, PE, whatever it is there. She gets really into that and she absolutely loves it. And she's like, she remembers our friend Henrik being really good at wrestling, and she's thinking of moves that she could do, like to knock people on their asses and beat them up because she's actually secretly hates them.
I'm just seeing it
Because
as
she's sick
like
of them bullying her.
is she picturing her head on Henrik's body and just smashing them into the logos?
Yeah, she's just thinking, I'm gonna get you one day when I'm big enough. Yeah, she doesn't really like school, but the lessons she's not terrible at, but she does like sports and science. She likes science as well because she likes to explode things, which she has got wrong a few too many times and got sent home because she blew up a few things. She didn't enjoy dissecting the animals though.
No, I think it'd be quite tough for anyone like dissecting animals and whatnot. But yeah, it's part of the curriculum. You get to cut open a frog, because
Not me.
Did you not do it?
I enjoy it.
No,
No,
you enjoy
I-
your
it-
straight now, like
I love that.
flick knife.
He's got his own knife.
In
He's like,
school,
I've got
Got his
mine.
own frog. It's really weird.
did you actually dissect frogs in school?
I've never done that. No, I think
No,
that's
I
a thing, yeah.
It's
dissected
an
a
American
rat.
thing.
Really?
I dissected
Did you?
a
Didn't
rat
dissect anything.
and an owl.
Like,
snake,
takes
actually.
Right, Rachel, are you talking about at school?
Yeah, well, I went animal thingy in
Oh, yeah,
college, so I just
Oh,
Okay,
That's
college.
very different
Okay.
than high school. You went to a specific college that does that kind
Yeah,
of thing.
that's
Yeah.
different.
That's like,
It's-
it's like, where did you just get an
High school
owl
does that
from?
not.
I was gonna say that the nearest thing that happened at school for me was one day the teacher
that's
found a
actually
dead
right,
adder and
yeah.
brought it in a box to show us.
What?
We didn't do anything with it, just brought it in. That's an
You
adder.
just chased people with it, I do vaguely recall, and I don't know if it's true. I think there was some kind of dissection thing if you took like higher biology or something.
I'm
But I
sure
have
we dissected
no
a rat.
idea.
I mean, I definitely
don't
did
thi-
in college, but I'm sure I did in school.
I think
Um,
you just had a rat problem, so let's
I
just dissect
don't-
these fucking rats.
I don't think it's common anymore. I think it was a thing in
Maybe
like,
I
A's
didn't.
and that.
Maybe I'm just thinking of college.
But it wasn't until I was at college before I had to do anything, and that was just like lobsters and stuff. And
What? Let's dissect is that just making lunch? I'm going to dissect
Yeah,
this
did you just go
lobster.
for a meal?
crabs, lobster, and we had to like pheasant that was hunted. Stuff like that.
Oh, we did
But
like
this
lungs,
is like you were
and
eating
we like
things.
learnt about
Yeah.
like how to like seeing the lungs inflate and stuff like that. That was super cool.
I will point
Again,
out.
animal thingy.
I will point out when Henrik still has his pet frog from that class because he refused to do it. No one questioned him on this.
Oh,
You have given me a
does it
frog.
just
I
live?
thank
Does
you
it
for
just live in his
gift.
pocket?
Aw.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah, Tally refuses to do any dissections on animals. She likes to blow things up, however, but when it comes to blowing things up, she likes to just act like set things off behind people and like scare the shit out of them and
Aye,
pretend
like
it
little
wasn't her.
firecracker things. Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah.
That's a fun prank that a child can do.
Yeah.
I'm not so keen on the exploding things, but yeah, I can accept like firecrackers. That's okay.
Yeah. No,
It's
the
like-
exploding chemical things is usually what it's like she tries to do on like the science table thingy and she fucks it up every single time.
Is it like this isn't meant to explode, but somehow it does? Interesting.
How did you
Well-
manage to do that? That's impossible. No, it's
Like
not.
that was water and salt, and somehow you made an explosive out of it. We are confused as to what's happening here.
Yeah.
Well, Rachel, on this day, one of your few friends is actually with you, sitting in science class. You're sitting next to Pell, P-E-L-L-E. So maybe it's Pelly. I'm not sure, but
I think it's
Pell.
Pele. That's a footballer, isn't it?
Well, yeah, he's like
R.I.P.
South American. Yeah, I don't know. It's like,
He's Brazilian, isn't he? Wasn't he?
I think he was.
He was
I don't-
Brazilian, wasn't he,
I don't
Pele?
remember what
Right,
nationality
Brazilian?
is he Brazilian?
Yeah, Brazilian.
Brazilian?
Yeah.
I believe you. Football. I have heard of Pele. I know he was the best footballer ever. I
Actually,
also
I'm
no,
know
sure
mate.
he was Brazilian. Anyway, I think that's how you pronounce that name.
Anyway, it's not Pele the footballer that's sitting next to you.
Yeah.
It's Pele the 10-year-old child that's sitting next to you. He's a small Swedish child.
This is boy.
It's his boy, yeah. Could be, who knows?
That's
Right, so
crazy,
anyway.
Mary.
Oh, is there a fun thing in the chat that I never got to see?
Yeah.
Ah!
Future Tally.
Jesus, that is weird. Is that Mr. Hyde from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Yeah.
Strong, strong movie. Yeah, so Pel's next to you and he's like, hello.
Hi.
Have they been nice to you today?
Not really.
No. They pulled my
Try to
pants
run
up over my
away.
head earlier.
The pant. Oh,
It's
that's
really
why I
strong.
stopped wearing mine.
He goes bright red when you say that. You made him think about girls' pants.
I
He
don't
doesn't
know
know
why I said that. I'm so
He doesn't know
sorry.
what to do with those emotions, so he's like, okay.
I didn't say that. I don't know why I said it. She doesn't say that.
Okay.
She's only 10.
Okay. Yep, that's correct. That got weird. Okay, so we rewind. Yeah, they gave him a wedgie. And he said, oh, yes, I did not like it. It was not nice. They were particularly mean. I'm
That's
going
why
to
you
ask
wear
you.
overalls. See, look, you can't get that when you wear these.
That is really smart. I should wear the overalls as well, and then they would have to go all the way down from the neck, and then I would know they were there, and I could run off.
It's actually, yeah, it's true.
If you blew anything up today,
You can just say like some of our hair's been burnt off. Well, I tried really hard this time, but it just went bang again.
I don't know how you do it. It's just so funny, but it seems dangerous. Maybe you be careful. I have brought a treat for your doggy. I made it. And he hands you over some like little biscuity things that he's made.
Bet he's gonna love them.
I found recipe in the library, and it's how to bake tasty treats for doggies.
You can just see little like tears forming in her eyes. Thanks, Pelly.
There's no problem. I like the doggy. It is always friendly. It gives me big slobbery licks on my face.
Yes, well, she does like you. Other children she does not like, and she will stare right into the face of one of the children that picks on her.
I know they are the worst. They are always being mean to us, and I do not know why. It is we are nice. I think they're
I think
jealous.
I'm great.
Mm.
I have friends that are older than me. Do you know that?
I seen you come in today on the front of the giant. Oh,
Yes.
He
He's
is
my friend.
he is nice to me. He's my friend. He is helping her lift weights. I'm going to ask him to help me lift weights because I'm very small, and I hope he teaches me the secret of being big.
He will, don't worry.
He does not know the
He
secret
does
of being big.
wrestling. He does this thing called wrestling, and you do these cool moves. I'm sure he'll teach you. I'm going to ask him.
I was watching the American wrestling. Does he wear like a cape and like big boots and like tiny pants?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, the wrestlers I watch do. There is the man with the big droopy mustache and the long blonde hair, and he has a bandana and he rips his shirt off. It's Hulk Hogan.
You're not supposed to take your clothes off.
Oh no, he's a big man. It is him. He's like to scare the baddies. He's like, oh, I can rip my shirt.
Do you think it would scare them if I rip? No, I haven't got a shirt. Never mind.
No, you'd have to rip your.
Yeah.
I think he cheats. It is t-shirt and it has got like cuts in it. Also, my
Oh,
mum would be so angry if I ripped t-shirt off. She would be like, "No, you
yes.
will not do that, Pelly. You only have so many t-shirts. They cost so
It's
much money."
expensive. I know.
I
My
think
mum would
so.
have to sew it back together.
Eh,
Oh, that would be a disaster.
I think so. I think it is. I think it is just before to make it fun, but I do not think the wrestling I watch on the telly is real.
I don't have a telly. Sometimes Kevin lets me watch his TV.
Does he? Which one is he? Was he the scary one on the back? The one with the black T-shirt and the eyeshadow? You were eyeshadow.
Kevin's
Logan.
not scary, but yeah, that's good.
No, no,
Yeah, you do.
it's not canon.
It's the 80s, you definitely do.
He does now.
Sweeties, you 100% do it.
Yeah, no.
The one with the leather gloves, you definitely wear leather gloves, but it's the 80s and you're a troublemaker.
Yeah.
Ripped jeans.
He is mean to people who are nasty, though.
I know he smacked me in back of the head one time because I was walking too slow. Not
Yep, that
really
sounds
sure.
about right.
It's about right.
I seen his. Have you seen his desk?
Yeah, he does some quite, graphic artwork.
So many.
I never
books.
seen one until last saw the drawing.
I was up visiting with the teacher. She went to see, and they took me up to use some of the equipment in the science labs. And then I seen this desk, and there was all the nice like our desk, and he points to your normal desk. And then at the end there was a desk, and I could almost sense the aura of evil around it.
I think it might be the fourth one he's had. I'm not sure. I'm surprised they don't charge him.
Well, I asked the teacher what some of the words were, and they were like, "No, don't look at the words. No, quick, get away."
I
But,
asked him what they meant. I can always tell you if you want.
Well, I assume because of the way they said that they are the bad words.
They're very bad words.
It was. I remember one of them. I'm going to use it one day, but I'm saving it for a special occasion.
Yeah, I am saving some of them for them.
And then as you go back and forward, the day goes on. And as the day draws to an end, as you walk out, you just happen to bump into each other again. Pello himself does not. He gets picked up at school by his mum and dad. They just have like a regular 80s Swedish car. I get what, like station wagons? I don't know what they drive in the 80s. A car. And he
Station wagon.
yeah, a station wagon works. He kind of goes over and he waves from the back seat at you. At you all, he seems quite excited that you're standing next to the giant again. And he waves kind of like nervously at Kevin. And then when he looks over
Just
at
wave, guys. Just wave. Please, he's my only friend I've ever had in my entire life.
Henrik waves, and it's like, such strange boy. He always hide in locker. Don't know why.
That's because people put him there, Henry. The people that I mean put him in them lockers.
Who put him
Remember
in
that time that
locker?
I got stuck in one? Remember that time that I got stuck in the cupboard? Yeah, that was about the same.
I thought you were playing hide and seek.
No, that's why I was there for quite a few hours.
Who put you in there?
It was one of the mean girls.
Oh, I can't. It does not work on girls. I tell boy no do that, and they tend to stop.
That's why it's worse. That's why it's worse with
Right.
girls.
But with
You
girls,
can
they
get away
just
with
kind of
anything.
turn red in face, like very angry, and run away.
Yeah. And stomp their feet. Yeah. Although I'd like to stomp my feet
No,
sometimes
they
because it
seem
makes
to
it
go
feel
to
more
their friend
powerful.
and giggle.
I
I think
they're
they laugh
nervous.
at me. I don't like when they laugh at me.
Why are they laughing at you? You know, next time
I-
someone laughs
I
at
think
you,
I think
I'll
people laugh
find
at.
some of them.
I
You
think
need to
people.
teach me some of those cool moves, them wrestling things you do that you see on the telly. I need to do some of them.
It very easy. First, you pick them up, and you walk over to end of ring and put them down. Everyone cheers.
I'm not quite tall enough to lift somebody up. What
It's
about
easy.
if I
Look,
punch them
this
in
is
the
how you
face?
do it, and it basically grabs you, puts you above the head, and puts you back down. Easy.
But I can't do that because I'm not tall.
Oh.
I just pop in and says, all you need is a knife.
At this point, Kevin does pull out his switch. He just starts doing some kind of tricks, just flicking it around his hand and things, just intimidating
Should get
nobody.
myself one of those. I wonder if my family, if there's one in the farm.
My
You
grandpa has
So
one.
should
it's
I bring a
handy.
knife to school? Is that what you're saying?
My
Of
grandpa
course.
has one just like that.
Okay.
Sanity Check Gaming does not endorse children taking knives to school. This is
We
solely
do
for
not.
entertainment
We
purposes,
do not.
and it is the
No.
80s.
Yeah, this is an alternative
If it's a
to
good
that.
reason.
Yeah.
Cheese does.
One thing I was going to add is when Pele was waving, he did go to Sasha, and it like literally his hand kind of stopped, and he just went red, and then just kind of sat down because he didn't know how to cope with looking and waving at a 15-year-old girl.
She just
but
blew it like a bubble of bubble gum.
Slow motion.
I like that. Yeah, it's just massive. It just looks so disinterested in everything that's going on.
Yeah. If there were mobile phones, she'd be on one right then.
Yeah.
So yeah, that all happens. You have your conversation. Your friend kind of drives off. Well, he gets driven off, and it occurs to you, you used to visit somewhere. When you hung out more often, and a kind of sense of nostalgia comes over you, and you remember your hideout, which will pop up in some screens right now.
I feel like my kid's too young for all
Well,
of this.
The 15-year-olds used to hang out together at it, and you have been there once or twice with Kevin.
Okay.
He was kind of like giving it to you as such, as like, this is where we used to hang out when we were your age, but we kind of moved on. But like,
Yeah.
you're kind of coming into this now, and this might be a good place for you to hang out when you're feeling lonely.
It's like my secret hideout. I get away from the people who are mean to us. Okay. I like it.
Effectively, you could bring friends there. That's what, when they were feeling bad, they would go and sit here, and like it's just somewhere safe. So, to use at home, what they have is a fucking badass hideout. It's an abandoned
It looks crazy.
It looks ridiculous, doesn't it? An abandoned monitoring station for the loop. The children found it while playing several years ago when they were little kids. It had an electronic lock, but it was an old model, so they cut some wires, and after a little while, they managed to gain access to it. It is pretty cool, and they filled it with all the kind of 80s, the stuff that no kid ever actually had, but somehow managed to drag to their hideout in the middle of the woods.
It's like
an arcade
40-year-olds
machine and
had.
everything now.
40-year-olds in the 80s had this stuff, but somehow they think a 10-year-old had it all.
Yeah, somehow a 10-year-old managed to like drag like a £500 arcade machine.
A boombox.
A boombox. Like their parents would definitely be like, so where's that boombox we bought you disappeared to? Somehow there's 6 TVs in it, yet they have no TV at home, that kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty cool. There's like a pinball machine in it. There's like sofas. There's like weirdly current bands, even though you don't use it anymore. The electricity still works for some reason. It's a fucking dream. It's the alternative 80s coolest hideout ever. You just go up and you beep beep beep, and the door does indeed and you just get to kind of go and reminisce about when you used to spend time here.
It doesn't actually open because I changed the password, so they got locked out. I'm sorry, guys.
Is the door opening?
Yes.
I wasn't sure if you were doing that, as in it just wasn't opening with code.
No, she just went like that and then opened. She was hiding the password.
Basically, I go in and go to my old boombox and start playing Motorhead because that's what I loves. It's the 80s.
It's the 80s, yep, absolutely.
I go into the corner where I have like a little set of blankets and cushions and that's set up, and I start reading comic books.
Oh. Your dog also has like a nice basket set up in there as well.
Yeah.
Where he reads dog comic books.
No, she.
She reads dog. Sorry, Betty, so is.
I've just remembered, yeah. I'm just like, yeah, he. No.
Nope, wait a minute.
I did not make my dog a him.
Right, Millie, what does your character do when she goes into the hideout?
Oh,
Does she almost smile?
Yeah, she sort of goes over to a few like old tapes and stuff that are sitting there and starts looking at them, and just a little smile.
Right. That's fun. Logan, is there like a board that you throw your knife at or something, or?
It's a darts board, but I just throw knives at it.
I think there's like several knives. Your lesser knives are still stuck in it, but like your switchblades.
Does it have a picture of someone's face on it?
It's just the school. It's a picture of the school.
I was waiting if he'd the headmaster or something, or the no, it's the 80s movie logic. It has to be the assistant head principal, assistant principal, because it's always like the assistant to the vice principal that's the villain. Like it's
yeah, it needs to be someone who's got some authority, but also they can be reported to someone fairly easily to like because when they've overstepped their mark. Like,
and they can't have tenure because they have to be kicked out as soon as they've overstepped their mark.
Yeah.
Or put on janitorial duties or something.
Yeah, some weird punishment that seems kind of like that it would never be what happens. Like they'd maybe get like a suspension for a couple of days. Like in Ferris Bueller, a lot of weird stuff happens in that movie.
Yeah, it's like, it's one of those things. It's like, I've got to admire the guy's determination, but I'm like, I'm sitting here like, no teacher would do that. They'd just be like, oh, he's an a-hole that's pretending. Oh,
it's like, I don't care enough about this. What I've noticed is that kids will not stop, teachers will not stop kids from smoking if they step foot outside school grounds. Yeah. They are not going to track a child through a city to like get them in ball. That's a lot. That's a lot of work.
At most, they might phone and say, "Stop faking, get your arse in here." Like that's maybe the main.
And even then, that's a lot. Yeah, that's fair play.
But it's a fun movie.
It certainly is. And that is indeed the movie that you have on in the background on one of the several TVs and working VCRs that you somehow managed to reclaim. I'm assuming Leon's character, hopefully, will be of the tech variety, and he's the one that's managed to fix up all these ones. It can be that, or it could be an older kid that you used to hang out with who is aged out and no longer does the childish things. Was finding all the broken VCRs, because when the town modernised, a lot of the kind of mid-range equipment did get thrown out. So maybe that's how you've got access to this kind of stuff if we need a reason. But we don't, because it's pretend. But for you purists out there, that's what happened. So is there anything your characters want to talk about to each other? Logan, do you want to do like a 25-minute monologue?
On what?
What's your character? You tell me. If you do it about Ferris, yeah. Give us your review of Ferris Bueller.
Okay.
character.
I say I point at the telly and I'm like that guy plays the head teacher. I think he's a paedophile. And
Oh,
then
Jesus.
whenever he actually gets caught, he gets caught.
And
There you
then
go.
in decades to
Kevin.
come,
Kevin, what's a paedophile?
explain that to the 10-year-old.
It's a guy that really explains who really
Sasha leans over and goes, "Do not explain that."
Sasha, what's
If
a
you
paedophile?
hear someone is called a pedophile, you stay away from them.
Okay.
Advice to live by, guys.
Yes.
I do know Sonic Check Gaming does not endorse explaining this at length to children. Just teach them how to be safe. Like, you don't have to go into
To
all
be
the
fair,
horrors
we
of
don't
the world.
advise anything
Let's
that we
not
say on
get
you.
into this in the middle of a game.
Yeah, come on, we're playing a game.
Yeah, Logan, what you get weird for? Anyway,
I
right, so
blame Jeffrey Jones.
yeah. So yeah, you watch a bit of Ferris Bueller. Logan gives his highlights of what he thinks the best part of the movie is. As you're looking out the window, you do actually see something. I'll say time passes. A few hours. It's getting to about maybe 7, 8 o'clock. So you're starting to get hungry and thinking about going home. And you see something weird as you look out the window. You see a large farm mech. But it's not doing what they usually do. Normally they just walk up and down in lines and they plant seeds, and then you maybe see them later on and they'll be spraying stuff. Or they perform like kind of fairly simple maintenance. They'll put fences up that repair boundary work, that kind of stuff. It used to be weird to use, but like humans, we get used to anything. And giant three-legged, just I guess tripod mechs are just part of the countryside now. It's just like, yep, there's a giant robot. But this one isn't acting the way they normally act. It's walking through the fences, rips them up, and it goes over to a house you can see in the distance, and it starts circling the house. Anyone give me some kind of perception-based check? Or you just can approach.
I can't do any rolls.
Perception. Perception.
I'll have a look and see what you've got.
Comprehend.
Comprehend's good.
Comprehend. That's mind. Okay, so that will be 3 down. Do I need to roll a 6?
I'll take investigate or comprehend.
I got 1 6.
Well done. Nice one.
Then I just use my
I might
body,
just roll on
since
here,
my eyes
actually,
are part of my
reasons,
body,
yeah.
to perceive it better.
Like with most things, I will flex really hard at this and see if I make the problem go away.
I will flex
see
until I
excellent.
see better.
I flex my eyes real hard. Okay. You flex your eyes real hard and get 2 successes.
Just
so
zooms in.
It's kind of weird, but yeah, it's. You see what looks like the farmer or some kind of owner is like standing with like a control unit and they're furiously tapping it, but the mech just keeps circling, and then it goes over to like an outbuilding of some kind, opens it, and it kind of like bends down to look in. It shines like a large light in, and then wanders off.
Is the guy in a frantic, like, panicked way?
It's more like from this distance, it's quite hard to tell. All you can see is somebody pressing buttons, because the control panels are quite big. Because it's still the 80s, and control panels were ridiculous, like lots and lots of buttons and like twisty things. It wasn't just like iPads. And as it walks off, he follows after it for a while, but it doesn't. From what you can see, he's not like. Wah! It's just like doing things.
This hooligan seems to be. I'm obviously not his voice, but this hooligan seems to be destroying the fencing. We should report him.
I don't think we should. So it's not our problem.
Does that hideout have a phone?
I was gonna say, is this not Goonies rules? We probably should be doing something.
You just could go and speak to the guy. It's up to you.
Aye.
But yeah, I mean, it's just weird. It's like that's not how
I-
those things work.
I-
They're like,
I will go over and tell him, no, stop, and it will work.
yeah. So yeah, if you want, so you leave and you kind of you just trudge over the field, and he looks at you. He's like, he's using that building again, are you?
Just kind of
Well,
gets
yeah.
off the bike and it's like, as
Hi,
in,
Mr. Stormare.
Do we recognise him at all?
Yeah, I meant that, yeah, he's a kind of friendly old farmer guy. His farm was one of the first to modernise. They kind of used his farm as like a sales technique, as like a selling point. Like, look at all the modernisation we've done here, and that's part of what the building that used to turn into your hideout was used as. It was effectively like, this is where we control it from. And then as the kind of control units got smaller and more portable, they just stopped using the building. So it was disused for a couple of years and then kind of moved in. But he never really bothered. He kind of like he thought it was like quite fun that he's had like a little hideout. So he's never like complained to anyone. And like it's far enough away from his house that he can't really hear the music. So, he's always been quite pleasant to you, and he knows you. But yeah, I like Mr. Stormare. So yeah, he's definitely Mr. Stormare. So, is Peter Stormare? Is that the terrifying actor I'm thinking of? Stormare. There's like Stormare. Yeah. I do like that guy. If anything, that's Peter Stormare.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
He's about as Scandinavian as you can possibly get, to be honest.
Apart from Stellan Skarsgård.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
There's a nice farmer.
I'm into it. They're all going to be. Everyone's going to be a Skarsgård because they could be. Because as far as I'm sure, he's got about 37 kids, as far as I can tell, and he's still having kids.
Maybe he's just the mayor of this wee town.
It's like you move to town, you immediately become a Skarsgård. That's the rules. So, anyways, Farmer Stormare, robots got acting stupid. Was just wondering, breaking things. You's good with technology.
I am first in my class.
He looks at you suspiciously because he has known you for some time. Like,
He does, as far as Bjorn, sorry, Henrik knows, he's getting straight A's.
Mr. Farmer Stormare has had multiple conversations with you, like,
I made electronics work. It sparked for a bit. Friend looked at it and said, it's good. And then when I turned round to talk to teacher, I came round and it was working.
Right, well, okay. Look, my old knee's hurting me a bit, so I'll tell you what. I'll give, and he looks a bit at the 10-year-old, the troublemaker, the popular guy, and the job, like, right.
I carry you to safety.
No, you don't need to carry me anyway, I'm fine. Right. I'm going to guess, and he's going to go over to Sasha. I assume you're in charge. This tells you, and he points to like a lighting, and there's a light system, which way it's going. Just when you get there, hit the big red button, and it should just cut the power. And just come back, tell me what it is, and I'll go and collect it tomorrow. Could you do that for me?
Well,
How
I
much?
guess.
I was waiting on Pop.
It's like, you don't have to. I'm not forcing it. It's just like my old knee's a bit sore, and just it was acting stupid, and I'm just worried it goes and breaks somebody's property, and I'm liable for it.
So that's just one of those moments of there's other stuff that's important in life, and it's like, of course, Mr. Stormare.
I go into my backpack and pick out like cod liver oil, good for knee.
It just chucks it down.
It's my
Dylan's
supper.
there.
You have.
Well, I'll make sure you've got a nice, looks at you, protein sandwich of some description, a large portion of protein to eat when you come back. But yeah, just follow it along and just come back. Let me know when it's stopped, and I'll deal with it tomorrow. And he kind of goes back, leaving just not as so much exaggerated, but he's a man maybe in his like late 60s is like, I'm not chasing after robots at this time. I'm like, fuck that. I'm gonna go watch the telly. These kids can deal with it. They seem trustworthy. So yeah, he kind of hobbles
Do
back
they?
into his house.
Do they seem trustworthy?
He's known you long enough to know he's haven't caused any excessive trouble at the building. He's kind of like turned a blind eye. He's having use of, and this big giant that seems to be hanging out with him seems like he's pretty trustworthy. And I'm gonna say that he also will know Rachel's family. Rachel's family who have a name. Who Rachel's called Tally. Tally's family, and like he knows of you, like, and he's never kind of treated you poorly. And maybe he's helped him out a couple of times in the past, and he's like let you ride on the robots on occasion and that kind of stuff.
Yep, it was so cool.
So you feel like you go after it. If you've got any kind of tracking role you want to do, or how would you like to use your skill? We'd be looking for an
investigate.
Could my German Shepherd do something, or is that like just a side thing?
What I will say is this: the German Shepherd could like maybe get the scent and follow it, so I could maybe give you a +1 to Laius. What I'll say is, give me an investigate roll first. Anyone that wants to investigate.
Oh, actually, I've got like because I've got the unit right now. I've got like a lead I could use.
Did you say 1 bonus dice?
Yeah, I also did say that the control unit does tell you where it is. It does kind of like have like a arrow.
Right, let's go.
Oh, I did shit.
Well, luckily you have a bit of Deus Ex Machina that is telling you which way to go.
0 successes on my lead though, so no one follows me.
Can I do my weird voice thing that I do? That's not really an accent thingy.
Are you asking me for permission to do an accent, or what are you asking? Rachel, I insist that you all do accents all the time. Different accents constantly.
I just thought I'd ask you because it was in the middle of the game and I just didn't know if it was weird.
Are you going to start talking like Jester?
I will try.
Yeah, because I was trying to do like male Jester earlier on when it was Pelly, but I couldn't remember how to do the voice. So
yeah,
it's
no,
easier when you do it.
that's what got me that thing, and I was like, oh, I want to do that accent voice again. It's not an accent.
Okay. What I'll say is that Sasha walks off with purpose. Follow me, and then none of you follow her. So what are you doing?
Yeah,
I'm looking very intently at the ground. I think he went that way.
I get on my bike and it's like as in, who do I trust more?
The child or the teenager?
The one who knows which way it's going, or the child that's currently telling her dog to sniff. Like, I will say that has
literally following
yeah, I go and cycle after. What is your character's name again?
Mini Sasha, and Rachel is Tally, and Logan is Kevin.
I basically played too much Mass Effect recently. I blame Logan for that, and Tally's one of my favourite characters.
I did assume it was Tally from Mass Effect because that's the only Tally I could think of. But yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I often call my characters things that I literally just watched or just played because it's in my head. But well, yeah, that's what popular culture does to your brain, so that's fine. So yeah, Logan, sorry, Kevin, do you choose to follow? You like, fuck these guys, I'm gonna go and carve my name in things.
I just like slowly follow, but I'm doing my own thing, like just cutting grass or something.
Yeah, okay. Just like building for no reason, like breaking mailboxes and stuff. Yeah. What's up? One sec. You saying Alex?
So I'm sticking tail of a spider because Mum said to get rid of it. And then I thought I lost it, and it was on my back, and it was on my neck, and then it felt like it bit my neck. So
you got bit by a spider?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, put some cream in it though. Sorry, my younger son recently decided to start making friends with spiders that he finds in the house.
It's a good choice.
I was looking outside, and then
I know you take it outside. Yeah, he can lift up spiders up until the size of house spiders, and he won't pick house spiders up. He's like, no, they're too big. But like the small ones, he's okay with. But yeah, so
I just pick them up, and then take them outside in my hand. Much easier.
Oh my god, I put a glass in. I couldn't do that. I
No,
get the bit of paper in
it's
the
so
glass.
much effort because by the time you go back and get the glass, you've lost the spider. So you just pick up with your hand and take it outside.
No,
Although
you've
the
just
legs
said
are a bit creepy.
You've just said a terrifying thing to me twice, Rachel. So I possibly won't sleep tonight. I'm not entirely sure, but that is real scary. Okay, cool. So I'm going to move on from that because I already feel like they're on me.
Mice.
It's okay. It's okay.
A mouse, a snake's no problem. Mice, no problem. As soon as they've got
Snake,
like,
nope.
yeah. As
Things
soon as they've
without
got more
legs
than 4
creep me
legs,
out.
things with
Yeah.
too many legs creep me out.
Yeah,
So it's like
I'm the opposite.
4 maximum. That's 4. Any more than that, and that's too many. So anyway, you guys, the team follows him, Logan, for no reason, like breaking bottles and stuff. I like to think he's just got a box of bottles. He's just gonna throw in them. Fucking.
That's all that's in his bag. Just
Yeah.
like chucking them.
Spray
That,
paint and
that's
swear
quite
words on
smart. It may slow it down.
So yeah, and you follow, and it doesn't take particularly long because it's walk through a bunch of fences and it's dragging kind of like barbed wire fences behind it. After about 15-20 minutes, you find it, and it's walking into a tree, and it's just like walking, but like
Yeah.
exactly like Mary said, just that bonk, 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 and you're like, okay, I guess this is here.
I'm just picturing
So-
it like the butler for the original Tomb Raider when you shut the fridge on him.
Just
Like its
And
head's
I
through the
think
tree,
it's
but it keeps
broke.
walking and it just can't seem to go further.
yeah, it's just it's not an AI. It's just a big dumb robot that just doesn't know what to do. And it's just its last thing was keep walking, and it's found something that's not getting out of its way. And they're large machines, but like it's not like at full power. It's just bunk, bunk.
Is that like an Iron Golem?
Is that an Iron Golem? Is that a
Minecraft?
Minecraft reference? Okay, I'm
Oh,
old man, mate,
right.
right? So like,
No,
okay.
I know what
Actually,
that is, but
Ranger
just didn't realise he was talking about that.
I'm imagining it's the thing
I
that's in
doubt
the
it's like
picture.
that. Because it's
Oh,
got
right,
3
sorry.
legs. So.
Do you mean what it looks like? I see if you Google
Aye.
Tales from the Loop and look up the machine. It's like the first thing that comes up is the big tripod. Normally I would put it up on screen, but I can't be bothered.
Oh, I saw it. It's like got the.
Yeah, so that is what it looks like. I don't know. I've got Peter Stormare still, so that's what I'm looking at.
Like that?
Hurry, press the green button.
Yeah, effectively.
There's the red button, I think, wasn't it?
The
No, it
specific
was the
instructions-
green button. I remember him saying so.
I press the red button.
You
Good,
you
you
can-
press green button.
you press the big red button,
Colorblind.
and the machine goes. Yeah, powers down.
I'm gonna start trying to get inside of it and like open it up.
Absolutely fine. Yeah. Have you got some kind of tech roll you want to do, or how are you doing this?
I would like to do a tech roll, however, I don't know how that will go.
Tinker, maybe?
Tinker,
No,
yeah.
Tinker. Yeah.
I have 1 and Tinker, so. Why can't I succeed on any of my rolls?
I will give you a bonus dice to this one because this is similar to this is not the kind of equipment you have on your farm, but you've worked with this. You've worked with Farmer Stromer before, and he did show you how these kind of things work. You know, there's a panel, so you can have an extra dice. So roll again.
So that would just be a
So,
1d6.
A 1 plus. So see, it says bonus dice, do +1.
Bonus dice.
Remember, fails aren't fails in this game. This isn't like, oh, you failed forever. This is just it'll take longer. This
So
is
you
the
just
hook.
want me.
So did you roll again? I'm not looking at the dice thing.
I re-rolled and it said re-roll.
Right.
I got nothing.
Okay. What I meant was like, see if you do your roll. So see if you click on what was it you said, Tinker, and then see it says
Yeah.
bonus dice. Put number 1 in there, so you're rolling like 4 dice.
Oh, okay. Oh, motherfucker. Sorry for my language. One
There
success.
we go. There we go. Right, okay. So you have a bit of a think about it, and you're like, wait, these things have like kind of error reporting systems. So you get your giant friend to give you a leg up, and you get to the top of it, and you kind of get the panel, and it sticks a bit, but you manage to kind of pop the panel off, and there's a readout. And you type in the command, which is just basically debug exe, I don't know, what the fuck you do in the 80s, and it's comes up and it just says external signal detected.
External signal. Guys, what's an external signal?
It's coming from outside.
Oh, well, that has been detected. Whatever that means. I'm not sure.
What you do take from this is when it's referring to the unit that runs it, they have specific names. This one is just called Stromer 1. And it says, when you look back through the error report, it says Stromer 1, and it just what signal it's saying, like perform X command, perform this command. Then it comes external signal, and it just says search unknown agent.
Huh. That's really weird. You guys, I think something's wrong. It's very weird. Look at this.
I'll kind of like look at it. It'd be like, I think I know what it means.
What is it?
It means that machine is broken. Red button fix it, and we go back to farm.
Okay.
There isn't a hard reset command that you can put in that should pair it straight back up to the.
I
the
will do
command.
that. I will do
Yeah.
that. See what happens.
Is it stopped? Like, is it completely
Yeah, power
deep?
down, yeah. It eventually followed the command. The emergency shut off did appear to work. It's not clear whether Farmer Stromer tried to hit that or whether he was just trying to send commands to it, but it certainly worked when you tried it.
We don't need to really reset it. We can just go back to Stroma and just say, like, we found it. There's a location. Cheerio.
We should fix fence. It would be the good thing to do.
I think we should fix it. Yes. I'm going to type in the code thingy that you just said that I had.
Yeah,
and
I
see
think
what
it's
that
just
does.
a reset command, and you do it, and it just flashes up on screen. So you close it over, and it appears to start following the directions from the control unit.
I fixed it. Look.
Congratulations! You might be even A+ student.
I've never gotten an A+ before. Just a C.
You get C? But you smartest girl I know. Oh, no, you're not smartest girl I know.
No.
Actually, you're close though.
Only 12. 12.
There's only 15 more girls that I know that's smarter than you.
I can't even remember my own character's age.
You smartest 10-year-old I know.
10 going on 12.
New film.
What I will say is that beyond the kind of basic commands, like it's more complex when you want it to like repair fences, and like there's something that somebody who's like more familiar with the unit would have to do. You can certainly get it to follow you back. But beyond that, like it's also getting late. This is about 8 o'clock at night now. So sun's going down. It's up to you. You can return it, or you can just tell them it's stopped. It's up to you.
Well, we'd probably have to go buy his anyway.
We don't have phones or anything, so yeah.
Yeah, we've got the big remote control box as well. We have to get
Plus, he owes me protein sandwich.
So just a ham sandwich.
Just a ham sandwich, yes. It's a really weird way of saying it, like a protein sandwich. Like,
well, there was
why
a
would you
time.
just say like a chicken sandwich?
There was a time, and I don't know when it was, but it was like maybe 10 years ago, where Everybody seemed to refer to meat as protein, no matter what meat it was.
What's good is seeing the screen there, Mary and Logan moved together at roughly the same time. It looked like you were about to hug.
Oh,
It was real sweet.
love it.
It's nice. Just both getting turned into
Best
that.
pals.
Oh, it's like, oh, that's so nice.
Don't make me
Anyway,
cry. No.
Macho hug.
so yeah, what we'll say then is that you beep 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 beep, and it follows you about maybe 20, 30 feet behind you. But yeah, it follows you back. I'll say that the big giant Viking with you manages to pull up some of the fencing so that it's not just dragging fence around behind it. And after like maybe 20, 30 minutes, you get it back to Mr. Strawberry. He comes out, he sees you coming, he comes out. He hands you like a Ziploc bag with several sandwiches in it, filled with various different types of meat. So he's like,
I'm
My friends
vegetarian.
may
I
need
don't eat
sandwich
that
too.
meat.
He's like, well, I only really promised food to the big one, but yeah, I've got some. I think the wife's got some vegetable soup in there if you want
I
some
was
of
making a joke. I thought the sandwich
What
was
about
for everybody.
sweeties?
that.
Do you have any treats?
Of cookies, Swedish cookies. I'm not sure what they'd be called.
I will have one if that's okay.
Yeah, he goes inside and he provides you with some Swedish cookies.
Man in white cloak does not let me eat cookies.
Looks at you again. Like there's something going on with this 6'3" kid. Like I feel suspicious.
Only the protein cookies.
Like the protein cookie is just a big
Protein
lump of
cookies.
chicken.
Yeah.
It's just a burger.
Just gives you full of live chicken. There you
Yeah.
go.
This
Full live
provides
chicken and a bag of bread.
It's a protein drink. Sorry, it's a beer, I swear. And it's just like milk.
Yeah, he thanks you. He asked if you've done anything specific with the equipment.
I press these buttons and ta-da! I fix it.
Interesting. Okay, and he looks confused. He's like, well, actually, I hit I hit the red button a few times, but you said it was an external
Oh.
signal.
What
Yes.
happened is she hit
External.
the green button.
Yes.
Looks at you
Miss
confusedly again.
Points at the button there.
That one.
Looks
There.
at looks
hit
at
that
okay, and then you pop the panel and reset it. Okay,
Of course I
I'll-
did.
I'll
What
phone
else
the-
would I do?
I'll phone the
Surely
dealership.
that's what you tried, yes?
Yeah.
Huh.
Very
Maybe
strange.
it only works for little children.
I'll phone the dealership tomorrow and get them to send out an engineer. It's probably just broke. It's getting old. You kids better hurry off home. It's getting late. But look, thank you very much. I'll make sure I tell your parents you helped us out. Maybe they'll give you some extra pocket money.
Well, we don't
Um,
get pocket money.
don't-
We have no money.
Oh,
Thank you, mister. Bye.
good luck, kids. With that, he goes back into his house. Now, for the sake of expediency here, what I'll say is that you all return to your various abodes and retire for the evening. The next day, you get up for school and you just wander in either together or in various different times to tell it to yourselves. But one strange thing does happen, Rach. Pearlie's not at school.
Oh no. But I brought him a noodle dog.
Doesn't come at school. Not sure where he is.
Oh.
But anyway, I'm sure you'll find it next week. What happened to Pelly? And on that bombshell, we'll end it for tonight. Hopefully next week we can stream a bit better. Between the two smart people and me, we might work out how to make these fucking things work again. I don't know. If not, hopefully I'll have a big giant monitor so I can actually just like put the stuff in spaces and still be able to look at it, because that's my next one. Oh, actually, I was going to say is we will not be here next Monday. I forgot. I have got a thing coming up soon. But yeah, we're not going to be here next Monday, and I potentially won't be here the Monday following that, depending on how I'm feeling. But I'll definitely be back the Monday after that, because I should be recovered. So we're in tomorrow for D&D, and
Yeah.
then we'll be in for the one shot on Sunday. Next Monday I will not be here, and then after that I will keep anyone updated I think with that, unless anything else wants to say.
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
Oh man, oh man. Right, much love. Hope you guys watch this. Remember, like, share, subscribe. I don't know. Fucking give us some money.